And welcome back. Somebody didn't get the memo. What's going on? Everything upside down. If you were a fantasy prognosticator and you were picking who's going to advance through this heat, well, all of a sudden thrown out the window.
Favoring their backhand, their backhand and forehand. We've seen a lot of goofy footers triumphing today. Two of those ladies would be Alessa Quazan and Tatiana Westenway, but Lakey Peterson up on screen.
Lakey on her forehand. It is a windy day at C Street, California, if she was going to kind of reminisce something here. And looking at this right down the line, well, our surfer Carissa Moore having no problem giving this up. You'd think the second wave would have been better. She wasn't on it. She's looking at the third wave out the back. We'll stay with Lakey Peterson to the inside. Nice snap. And does she stay with it? Good. Now she's going to get any kind of, if she looks back, she's looking back at Mike Parsons and helping her in her corner coaching, and he is actually using her backup board on the beach to maybe give her any kind of direction. So Carissa Moore and Lakey Peterson, what a matchup. Lakey number 5, Carissa number 1.
You see Lakey paddling into her first wave, almost 8 minutes off the clock. It looks like she's on that board with the blue kind of spray. I know she's riding a board with blue spray at lowers, a Rook 15 model shaped by Channel Island surfboards.
And she brings it to the inside and finds a little speed, and not bad, making something out of a mediocre wave.
Yeah, I like that last turn. Looks like that spray on that board is a little bit lighter than the one she was using at Trestle, so we'll have to dig a little bit deeper into Lakey's quiver. It looks like she's got a couple boards that are really going well for her at the moment.
An average ride might be, and you want to obviously improve. Here we go. This is our first wave for Carissa Moore as we watch live action here. And reading the inside and the reform with lots of warble. There is a big move on a closeout. Can she ride out of it? The kind of drops below sea level. Really sucked out. Not an easy wave to ride through. And take a look. Well, our head judge, Dave Shipley, keep an eye on it. I did ask a couple of judges about looking down the beach, and they go, well, we do have a really good spotter. Spotter is key today, because if the judges are doing any tabulation, meaning any input into the terminal, that they don't want to miss a wave, and the spotter is watching that game and the action down there.
Yeah, well, she's just got her, her focus on everything, as you see Lakey Peterson up and riding. And
Lakey Peterson with a 6.0, now time to dominate with a second wave here and get out to a big heat lead here. Wind is definitely gusting up, looking for a reform, and she does it again. Nice read of this wave with the variables on it and a lot of warble. And I'll tell you, I don't think that was any kind of frustration. I think that was probably exhaustion after all the paddling. She gets on that wave.
There is no way Lakey Peterson is exhausted. She's probably one of the fittest ladies on tour, so definitely maybe a bit of frustration coming into play with the conditions on hand. I know that she did beat Carissa Moore in this similar situation last year at the Swatch Ladies Pros. We have another look at this wave. Let's see what she does for this opener. This is crucial. That bottom turn was quite nice. Gets hung up a little tad there. That might come into play in the judges' minds. Swings this one around. You can see that she's just putting so much effort into it. Then she gets the board rail to rail. The judges are going to like that she gets back on rail. Another little bit of a disappointment there. So a bit of frustration coming into play. Pretty high up there.
Lakey Peterson at 20 years of age, got a birthday coming up September 30th, right? And paddles back in the lineup. Really a great surfer. Huge future ahead of her, the way she's going. Well, Carissa Moore is playing cat and mouse out there. She's looking like she wants this wave, and she is dropping in on a beautiful right-hander. There's a quick bottom turn and a little wrap here, waiting for it to set up. It will run to the inside, but some soft turns out the back, but she's going to make the most of the inside. And again, trying to tap that power. Where is it going to reform? And there's a classic Huntington hop. It could be Huntington Beach. Now it's going to get a little hot on the inside. Beautiful move. And Carissa Moore is definitely going to be better than a 1.50. But is it enough to take the lead? She needs a 7.67. Doesn't look like it's going to be that wave as the judge is now watching. Oh my gosh, we've seen that a couple of times. The top turn and the wave's kind of fat. It really is not standing up, and a couple of subs.
An unusual error from Carissa Moore falling on that left-hander.
You don't want the wheels to come off in this heat. It's round number 4, heat number 1.
And this is
wave
the
2.
Best wave of Carissa Moore's heat so far at 3.40. You can see it didn't give her opportunity on the outside. The judges aware of that. You can see all that tapping through to the inside to get that last maneuver where she throws her fins out. So, you know, that's really a lot of effort for not much of a score there. 3.4 for Carissa Moore.
But to the inside, different game plan right here. Carissa Moore needs a 5.78. We're down to 420 remaining and looking for a reform. And pretty good if she can even get into this, because it really goes fat right there. High tide kind of section in the trench. There's a big move. She's hoping for more. Here's another little reform to the inside. Oh, she is mad right now.
You can tell that frustration.
Oh,
just
and
so
her father,
visible.
Chris, is going nuts. This is not a good thing. She's got to paddle back out as quick as she can. They're getting out there 10 minutes ahead of time because it's so hard to get in the lineup.
It is such a struggle, and you see that leaderboard coming up on screen. You know, Carissa Moore wearing that yellow leader's jersey. She is finding herself in an unusual situation at the moment. She is not used to being in this round number 4. She's not used to losing in this round, and right now she's been put on the back foot.
Well, we just saw it change, 4.33, so she's really moved. That's her best wave so far, a 4.33.
Yeah, that's kind of that backup plan, just staying on the inside and trying to hunt down anything.
Here she is again. She needs a 4.85. Let's see what kind of magic she can pull off here. Carissa Moore, the Jeep leader's jersey. It's yellow. It's a heavy yellow jersey right now.
Oh my gosh, she's looking at the time that's winding down. She needs a score. That left hand, I don't think it gave her the opportunity to get the score that she requires.
Massive upset in the making here. Round 4, heat number 1, or some big aerial move. Remember, a 4.85, you can get a big move, but again, it's the inside section. They kind of want you to do this stuff on the outside. Real critical wave right here. Giving up her priority, trying to replace a 3.17. This is Lakey Peterson, her third wave. She's been waiting a long time. We're counting down 10 seconds. And it looks like it is a done deal. Whether she knows it or not, she looks at her watch. The heat is over with. And what an upset we have in the making. It is done. Lakey Peterson with a 9.17, upsetting Carissa Moore with a 7.73.